What's up, Fit Fam? Coach Rye from Team Flex. Today we're talking about bikini, and we're talking about bikini criteria. Maureen versus Maureen, former Olympia champion, being dethroned this year, taking second place to Jen Dory. We're going to talk about the differences in the physiques from 2022 to 2023 and what this means for the criteria of the division and for you out there. If you want to compete in bikini, you want to do well, this is a video you want to be watching. And also, I got a killer Black Friday giveaway coming down in this video that you do not want to miss, so stick with me. All right, let's get going. So, for reference, this 2022 Maureen right here, she won the Olympia, was Bikini Olympia champion. Here's Maureen 2023 Olympia taking second place, losing her title to Jen Dory, okay? There's a lot of things that are different with these physiques. You might look at it initially and say, okay, I see some differences, I see some similarities. Let's talk about how the changes that she made, in my opinion, is what put her down into that second slot this year, okay? So if you've been watching the content on the channel for a while, we were talking about Maureen kind of pushing her muscularity, in my opinion, this year. So if we're looking over here at 2023, we're going to get all the markers of bikini. We got the shoulders, we got the upper body width, we got the taper at the waist, we got the legs, lower body, glutes, everything, hourglass shape, right? She has that, no doubt. There's no question about it. However, I think it's too muscular. She added too much muscle, in my opinion, into the lats and into the waist, which made her thicker, and even down into the glutes. It just made the glutes overall not as symmetrical with the lower body, okay? Like they look like basically a little bit like they're not as shapely, more bulky, if that makes sense. If we look over at 2022, this is what you'll see, right? So she has a lot of the same similarities, nice capping to the shoulders with up top, tight waist. Waist is definitely tighter, smaller than it was over here 2023. It's just not comparable. It definitely is a more dramatic muscled look. You can really see that. And when we look lower body, glutes still full, but a lot more shape to them, right? We can see a lot more of this upper glute. Judges are always looking at that. We got a lot more fullness and shape here, and the legs are better proportioned for her physique. So this was overall much, much more shapely bikini look for her than it was over here. She kind of like push that muscularity. And I was seeing this looking at her Instagram posts leading up to Olympia, making my predictions. I actually placed Maureen on my prediction video, like even down to as low as 4th place. And I think honestly, it could have even still gone that way just because she built too much muscle, in my opinion, right? Like her arms more developed, her shoulders more developed, her lats more developed, her waist more developed, her glutes. Everything is just bigger overall. And I think it was a message from judges to say, whoa, don't push the muscularity too far, all right? Like bikini's all about muscle and shape and symmetry, up, down, left, or right. You have to have those things, but don't be pushing it too far, because what ends up happening is it starts to look kind of like wellness. Not to say Maureen looks like wellness, but from the back, her glutes, when you look at this in a second, you'll see it's a dramatic difference, and it is something that judges are looking for. So over here, 2022 takes the title. I think it was pretty clear, in my opinion, that she just came in over muscled, right? Conditioning is relatively the same. I mean, she looks even maybe a little bit softer 2023, but that's because of the muscularity. She has so much more muscle. You can see it right here in the abs. Like, check this out. Look over here. So we got in 2022, Maureen, you can see her rib cage cutting in a bit. This is obviously not something judges are scoring. This is not what they really even want to see, but this is an indicator of how much muscle she had here. We can see her ribs. We can see just a very soft oblique line, okay? Whereas over here, 2023, got a little bit of rib, but not nearly as much. A lot more muscle on top of that rib, serratus right here, and a very hard oblique, like bulging, almost oblique. So it's definitely very indicative that she widened out the waist considerably more in 2023 than she did in 2022. And like I said, the glutes just look off to me in this pose. Like, it's just not as shapely. It looks very much more bulky, but not, in the sense that it's actually helping her physique. So I think that's how she kind of fell in second here, okay? Let's look at the back pose now. This is where things become much more dramatic and different overall, is really in this back shot. So if we look here, what we're going to see, 2022, a lot of good shape, shoulders there, taper here. Lower body fills out, upper glutes good, glute fullness is good, the soft separation here good, minimal sweep to the quads from the back good, everything is there. That's the bikini look. That's how she won, right? That's criteria. We look over here, 2023, and it's again just same kind of shapes, but a lot more muscled. Shoulders look a lot bigger. You know, her arms look a lot bigger. Like, I don't know why she would try to size the arms up, but she did. The waist is, you know, wider. Like I said, you can't see it as much with her hair here, which I've talked about her hair. I think that was a mistake to have her hair this long this year too, but you know, when we look at the lower body, though, the glutes, this is where it gets dramatically different, right? We're seeing a lot more, just boom, tons and tons more glute, just overall, like, you can't really see the distinguishment, but the upper glute is there, and then just fullness, a lot of fullness of glute, very big glute. Like, this is just too much for this division in that criteria, right? And, like, if this isn't making sense to you, this is the giveaway I'm doing, okay? It's 50 free physique assessments, all right? We did 15 a while ago, and it was crazy. I got, like, hundreds and hundreds of submissions, and I had to pick just a few people, and I was like, dang, it's such a bummer that all these people can't get this. But, you know, we're doing 50 free physique assessments for basically Black Friday this week. It's going to be insane, so if you want to get on that list and get a free physique assessment, get down there right now in the description, put your name right on that, and you know, I'll let you know when you're selected. We're going to be picking people like within the week here, and obviously 50 is going to take me some time to get through. I honestly don't even know how I'm going to do this right now. It's going to be killer though if you get one. Like, if you win that, it will change the game. We hear constantly people go, they take my feedback, go win shows, get overalls, even go to pro cards and beyond. So definitely don't miss out. That's a huge opportunity. We're not done with this video. I'm just throwing that in because I always forget. To say this stuff, but that's a huge, great thing. So put your name on that list, and I'll let you know when you're selected, and it will change the game for you for your 2024 season, no doubt, no matter what level you're at. All right, so here we are, back to this. You know, looking at this, just the symmetry is still good. Everything's there, shape's good, but the muscle, just push the muscle too far. Like, we're seeing even a little bit more, you know, this quad sweep. This is a wellness thing. This is what they want to look for in wellness. They look for that quad sweeping from the back. Now, granted, Maureen's nowhere near wellness, but it does look, in my opinion, more like a wellness physique from the back than it does bikini in that sense, okay? So I think just too much muscle. Maureen really took it too far with the muscularity. And that was a clear marker from judges to say, okay, yeah, we do like our muscle in bikini. We do like the shape. That is what makes everything in bikini, right? The whole shape, the look, the aesthetic is all muscle. But we don't want you pushing it too far, especially with something like wellness now, right? Before we had wellness, it was basically bikini to figure. And figure is much more muscular, a lot more development, shoulders, V-tapers, all that. So it was a very clear delineation. And then wellness came along, and, you know, there's still coaches and athletes and people competing to this day that are highly confused about this division, what's the difference is, how to train for it, all this. So, you know, the judges keep making harder and harder delineation, in my opinion, between bikini and wellness, and basically saying, don't be pushing the muscularity, don't get too much lower body, don't get too much upper body, don't build too much muscle. That's wellness. You're a bikini athlete, okay? So you want to make sure bikini 2024, if you're out there trying to get your best, shape is everything. It's not necessarily just more muscle. It's not building more muscle. It's about the shape of that muscle and maintaining that hourglass shape that we talk about all the time. And if you didn't watch where we compared Jen and Maureen and kind of our top three in the bikini division, go look back on that, because you'll be able to see what I was talking about, how Jen ended up retaining the title, taking it from Maureen this year, based on pretty much exactly what I said, bringing too much muscularity. I think, honestly, if Maureen had just brought her physique straight up the way it was from 2022 to stage this year, she would have been a shoe-in win, no contest. But it just didn't happen. She brought too much muscle. So keep that in mind as you train. Like, don't be just training just for bulk and size and more muscle, more and more and more. Remember that bikini is all about that shape. It's all about maintaining that shape. And the better you can keep that shape to show judges on stage, the better you will do at every level. First competition, national competition, pro competition. It's across the board, the criteria, and that's a clear example from judges to say that. So take those notes with you and get to train. Make sure that you're on that list for the 50 free, I can't even believe I'm saying it, 50 free physique assessments that I'm going to be doing. It's going to be crazy, but I guarantee you, if you get one, like, it will change your game as compared. You'll shortcut years of time, money, and everything else trying to go to stage, get feedback, go to stage, get feedback. Like, I do this all the time with these, people constantly emailing me back and messaging me, telling me how much of a game changer it was. It's a full video analysis of your physique, areas of improved, timelines to make those improvements, and everything else you need to know to really do your best on competition stage. All right, so get on that list down there, and we got tons more great content coming as usual. So please subscribe to my channel. All right, thanks. Coach Rise out.